Previously on the Block NZ. It's front yard week.
We need to make a really good statement for potential buyers.
Our team set about creating their big first impressions.
Gordon's already lining up for the next one. There's no time to waste.
Digging deep into pockets.
So you need to win this week then, don't you?
Yeah.
Cooperation was key,
How low can you go? How low can you go?
as was multitasking.
I'm just organising what we have to do until we finish the house. And this is our list.
With daunting interior touch-up lists growing by the day.
That looks amazing.
But they've juggled the workload
You haven't filled those holes in, mate. Is your mum around? Maybe we should ask her to fill them in.
and completed some impressive welcoming areas through careful planning.
We really wanted to go out with a bang and finish off with a win, so we're going to put everything into this front yard.
And some luxurious touches.
This is like a really big Christmas present.
50 minutes!
Join us for the final race to Toolsdown
This is like speed painting.
and their final reveal.
It always seems like there's plenty of time, but then it really crept up on us this week.
It's critical for the teams to win this one to pay the bills.
Budget-wise, it's looking pretty scary.
And the last chance to impress our judges.
The last backyard and the sun right on cue.
It all starts now.
It's Friday morning and the last challenge reveal. Our teams have had one day less to complete their smaller front yards. Most of the teams have their fencing, gardens and lighting complete.
So this is what I was up to last night. Morning, James.
But there's still plenty of painting and cleaning up ahead this morning.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Shoot.
To top it off, they have a whole lot of interior touch-ups as well, which need to be completed in 5 days' time.
What are we doing?
Painting the room.
Last time, hey?
Last bit of painting. It's getting a wake up Sleeping Beauty. It's been up painting a lot apparently. Let's see where he is. Honey. Good this week.
Marie and James were caught short at Toolsdown last night. At least this morning, their tradies can return.
I think we got 4 hours of sleep last night, but I think we're secretly both wishing we didn't get any sleep. There's just a lot to be done. Before Toolsdown, we're rushing to finish the planter box, plant in there, put in the last few plants in our garden, put the mulch down and riverstones in our pathway. Oh, hey, Matt.
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah. I think we will get finished on time. It's just the next few hours are just really labour intensive. So once one thing's done, we're just going to move on to the next.
Right, I'm going to check the next ones in, the other way.
Over at House 4,
We're feeling pretty good.
Damo has finally
Hey, honey.
emerged.
Well, we've got a pretty big snag list, cleaning down the deck
Keep painting the fence.
and just doing a big tidy up.
We've still got a couple of hours to go. So, yeah, it's quite a weird feeling, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only stayed up till 1. What time did you stay up till?
4.
That explains it.
Quinn and Ben have slept in and are slowly easing into it.
What should we do first?
I think we should paint that fence.
Last night we got most of our planting done and got our water feature going, which looks awesome. So we're only left with a wee bit of painting, bit of paving and a wee bit of planting.
Paint the gate and I'll do the touch-ups on the stain where I've dripped everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge space that we had this week, so yeah, we're pretty much cruising now.
Alex and Corbin are benefiting from a return to their self-imposed tools down deadlines.
It's room reveal day on our front garden, and we planned to finish it at 6 o'clock last night, and we did.
Yay!
Last week we ran out of topsoil and we lost because of that, so that was really, really gutting. This week we know we've finished and it feels good.
The plan today is for me to go and finish painting that fence, and then Corbin is just going to keep on top of everything else that needs to be done inside the house.
Marie and James have just received the final pieces in their front yard puzzle.
That's exactly what we were missing. Perfect. I'm going to just give it a go. Dan, he's been on a site and they've just hit a whole lot of rock. So they've just been digging them down to different sizes, and he said, do you want them? So yeah, we're taking them, and it just adds a really nice native feature to it, so it's quite cool. It makes a huge difference. Dan is the man!
It's time to rock and roll. There's just over an hour to go, and Alex has found her soulmate.
You'll take the road.
And I'll be Scotland before you. Alex, are you having a stroke?
Yeah.
Me and my two of one
I'm quite impressed that you know that.
Much has been said about how exposed Damo's kiwi fruit have been this block. He has new shorts, but the same old problems. He can't keep them out of harm's way.
Oh, that's not good. You think that's funny or something, do you?
Yeah, the poor girls on the block have been seeing a little bit more of Damo than they really wanted to.
That's where we see the nads coming through, yeah.
He does have a real pants issue, eh?
He does have a pants
I'd love
issue.
to know how many pairs of pants he's been through on the block.
Yeah.
Kiwi fruit. Is it?
Dried up raisins, they reckon.
You like your big deck, eh, honey?
Yep. Most people do, actually.
Quinn and Ben have finally made it outside after a long sleep. Maybe they needed longer.
Being your bossy today, you're quite mean.
You're just dilly-dallying today. It's annoying me.
Every job I try to do, you say, no, let me do it, I'll do it. Don't do that. What do you want from me today?
A coffee.
You've got a bogey coming out your nose. We haven't really spent much at all on our front garden, just on our builders being here, so pretty much in the same spot as we were last week, maybe minus $3,000 or so.
1 hour to go! Not long now. It's all hands on deck at Marie and James's for the final push.
We've got to plant along the side of the house. We're going to get our timber landing completed. We've got to box up our planter box and then lay everything out. There's still quite a bit to do. It's going to be tough. Thankfully, we've got our tradies on site with us today, so we've got so many people in one area and we're all just working around each other. Getting on my garden. Oh. It's okay, I'll turn it around. Yeah, look. Historically, the team who's won the front yard ends up winning the auction, so, you know, you never know, that might be the pattern, you know, for this season as well.
There's just 45 minutes to go, and it looks like Damo has some new recruits for his Capes Crusade.
Yay! I love it.
How are you? What's your name?
Mia.
Oh, that's some cool signs. Come out, Joe and Damo. I don't know where Damo is, but I'm here.
Look at you, you're falling apart.
I know, I took it to the dry cleaner and it went to, never put your back costume in the washing machine because it'll break. Pretty good ears you got there on there.
There's just 1 week to go now on the Block NZ. That means just 1 week left for you to cast your vote in our People's Choice Award. Each day, you can go to tv3.co.nz/theblocknz to vote for your favourite team. The team you want to ensure goes home with a guaranteed prize, no matter what happens on auction night. The team which gets the most votes will get to drive away in a brand new Honda for keeps. You get to choose the winner. Then you get to choose whether it's the sporty Honda CR-V or the fun all-new Honda Jazz that they'll be heading home in. Remember, every vote you cast puts you in the draw to win the ultimate Blockaholics prize pack loaded with block treats. So get voting. Our teams are racing to complete their front yards and the rest.
Hey guys, just completely unrelated, but just so you know, it's 30 minutes to tools down for the front yard we completed last night. But let's pretend like it's 30 minutes of tools down in this room, which should have been completed 2 weeks ago. Yeah? Sweet.
Half an hour, Dane. It's the final room reveal, and I'm just so glad we got to share this experience with our tradies. You know, our team, to hear us talking about what we go through on a Saturday morning and to be able to share it with them was actually pretty cool.
This is like speed painting. We really hate painting now. Oh, we're thinking about starting up our own painting company. It's gonna be called We Hate Painting. Limited. Speed painting, not speed dating.
Got some rhubarb, mate. Is the soil all right to grow veggies in? It just feels quite not very soily.
It always seems like there's plenty of time, but then it really crept up on us this week.
Oh, no. Oh, this is just not working.
50 minutes! Plenty of time, mate.
Yeah, put them in.
Man, that time just flies. You know, half an hour quickly turns into 5 minutes.
I'm not sure if the jacket is going to soak that much water. It's waterproof.
There's 5 minutes to go, and I decide that I want to put a little bit of stain on this wee step.
Oh no, this is going to look...
Hopefully it dries before the judges come and walk on it.
What about that? Always nice to help my neighbour.
Come on, quickly, you got 2 minutes. Get it clean.
Yeah, well, you're putting mud everywhere. It is clean, Damo.
It's not clean. Look, there's mud right next to you.
Oh, like a glove.
Don't be silly. Give it here. Let me do it. Let me do it.
You're just putting mud.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For the last time, tools down!
Tools down, guys! Woo!
I'll miss saying this.
Nice work! And the house is done! We're done! We are done.
Tools down.
Tools down.
Well done. We've done the block. This is our last room reveal. I'm proud of you.
But we still got so much to do. I don't even want to think about it until we're finished.
Last actual room reveal that had a deadline and...
I know.
Yay!
Tools down. It's all over now. Quickly.
Mark calls tools down for the last time.
Well done.
It's quite strange, isn't it?
Doesn't really seem like it's happened. It's kind of like, I feel like there's going to be another surprise or...
But wait, now you have to build another house.
It's time for our 4 teams to head to the Challenge Warehouse to be judged for the final time. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
You know what this is?
The last time.
It's the last judging.
I'm actually kind of feeling quite sad. It's quite a strange feeling knowing that this is going to be the last time that we're here for this reason, so it's quite weird.
Can you guys believe how fast the time's gone?
No.
You seem exhausted, to tell you the truth. You're nearly there, but not quite. So for the last time, let's do the numbers, shall we? Now, there's $4,000 from KiwiBank up for grabs for this room. And with all the fix-ups that you'll need to do, I would say this becomes a very important room to win.
These last 2 weeks, we've really wanted to make a point since we weren't able to complete lounge.
So should we get into it, shall we? Our judges and style aficionados are managing editor of Your Home and Garden magazine, Shelley Ferguson, and award-winning architect, interior designer, Mark Gascoigne. We'll start with Joe and Damo. Our Feilding High Flyers are at the top of their game.
All right, we're well on track, eh?
We should have it all done by tomorrow night. Steps, the decking, the fence. Pretty much we've given you a flyer. You should win again this week.
3 in a row, you reckon?
Easy.
Flush with challenge win cash.
Got a little surprise for you, bro.
They've been too hot to handle.
Check this out. Top 10 fittest woman in New Zealand.
There on the front page is old Joanna's
What the?
in the top 10.
But I'm quite tough. No.
Joe got the glory. Damo got game.
Might not even make it there.
We don't want to get on that plane back to Feilding in 2 weeks' time and think we could have done a lot more if we hadn't slept. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. No sleep, just get it done.
There was a mountain of work inside too.
Whoopsies. Hey?
And a rude awakening in the bathroom.
PowerPoints, water. Bad mix. That PowerPoint are in the wrong place. Oh, that's good to know now.
There were a few hairy moments outside as well.
Look at that. It's crooked as a dog's hind leg.
It's because that fence is going like that, probably, I don't know.
Sure, finesse isn't Damo's domain, but his unrelenting motor and Joe's design savvy has brought them home this week.
Is the spa pool going to be like pretty much right up against the fence?
I reckon, yeah.
I reckon.
With a recycled Oregon timber fence that matches the deck and their key water feature.
This is like a really big Christmas present. Be really good if there was some hot water in here.
Last thing we purchased for the house was that spa pool. That was it. That was the first thing we wanted and the last thing we got.
It's technically really not a front section, it's a continuation of last week's back section. So we couldn't do a completely different design, we had to work with what we had.
The final frontier and the sun right on cue.
The judge's first impressions with a spa pool is the bomb.
Last week, when we came out to Joe and Damo's backyard, I was actually surprised that they didn't have a spa pool.
Yeah,
because they
you
just seem like the type of people who would love to grab a beer and jump in the spa pool with their mates. So I'm quite stoked to see that their plan all along was probably just to leave it to be the star of the show.
Yeah.
They've really used it as a focal point to give the whole area wow factor.
Now they've really topped off the whole, everything a Kiwi would want in the backyard.
Yeah.
Mark thought you'd used what could have been a wasted space cleverly. It meant your front yard was not just a summer space, but a place to hang out all year round.
Now that this deck's here, you can see the view of the sea. They have almost an unfair advantage of having the great spot, but having said that, I think they've done a really good job of capitalising on that.
For Shelley, the hits were, as usual, your consistency and high standard of finishing, making the yard seamless with the rest of the house.
I really like their planting choices. They've got the bay trees along here, which will grow up to a lovely height. They bush out, you can trim them however you want, and they'll be a nice little hedge and privacy screen. The star jasmine will grow up and make a beautiful green wall. They've got the plants, the trees here, which will just grow up and give a bit of colour too.
With that creeper giving this wonderful green, verdant wall, I think that'll give a really nice feeling of enclosure to this backyard too. Lots of good use of colour. I like just the subtle uses of reds, greens, and then really emphasising this wood palette, which you've done really well.
Mark liked the recycled timber on the fence, which offered a welcoming feel as you came up the driveway. And the hardwood fence matching the deck around the spa will silver off over time and create an enclosing feel.
This hardwood deck, though, will grey off beautifully and just to a wonderful silver, which will then tie in really well with their colour scheme. So I think they have thought that through in terms of the future proofing. I would have still loved to have seen something over the top, like a sort of a pergola or something that just made it feel a little bit more intimate when you're out here having a quiet glass of wine under the stars.
The missus with a spa needed some more enclosure. Also missing was towel hooks on the fence and a place to put your beer next to the spa. Thought you would have thought of that, Damo, at least.
Yeah.
Overall, they thought a wonderful space to complete your story that you started inside.
Sweet.
Cool.
A space that felt good in itself but didn't overshadow the amazing view.
It's really positive feedback and it's what we were hoping for, so we're very happy. I still don't think that it's probably the winning room this week, but yeah, we can't be happier with the comments, so it's good.
The judges loved Joe and Damo's spa, garden and timber features. Let's see if Marie and James have that harmonious blend. Marie and James. Anything less than the best doesn't sit well with Marie.
Is that touching now?
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Third in the backyard challenge.
Yeah, now it's touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some old scores to settle.
No, don't. No.
It's nothing. It's just...
It's a nice... This time it's a lizard that can't move.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. When Alex and Corbin were later disqualified in the pipe challenge, the winners, Marie and James, took home the spoils. Who will watch the experts prepare their house for open homes and auctions is Marie and James.
Well done. The end is near. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting brighter and brighter every day, and I think that's what's pushing us.
Well done, guys.
If that win was lucky, their victory in the memory challenge was earned.
I'm so excited. I'm just looking and saying, thank you, Lord, because we needed that money.
Congratulations, Marie and James. You have won $3,000 to go into your budget.
Hi, Marie. Hi.
Buoyed by a visit from their #1 fans.
Yeah. You have read our minds because we are starving.
Well, those are all the food there for you guys, and we also put some extras for each couple.
They've designed a rocky, Pacific-themed garden, bordered by young trees.
It's looking like a garden.
It is.
Lack of sleep, lack of energy, it's all coming together now, and yeah, taking its toll on me, so I'm getting a little bit stressed and quite tired. The first thing I hope the judges say when they see the yard is, this represents the house.
Wow, Marie and James's, you can tell.
We've got some contemporary plants right against that brick wall, and I guess that shows the contemporary shape of the house. And then as you're walking down the path, there's all these Pacific native plants, and that represents the nature that we've got inside. And then the timber landing, yeah.
Well, it's Pacifica. There's the yellows, the greens, so they've done the theme again.
Their first impressions were that the raised rocky garden is a lovely space for gardeners to pot around in. They thought it was an unexpected sculptural approach which created real interest in a very tight space.
I love this little rockery style mountain of a garden.
I think it adds interest and a little bit of a sense of adventure. It has that real tropical feel that Marianne James is so well known for.
An interesting approach without having to go to a whole lot of architectural work. And I also like the little low planter box, which just sets it apart from the street slightly. Just a little statement of, you know, you're entering into a private space, and the way that it also is on an angle, so it just kind of gently takes you around the corner.
The layout and planning were good, maximising all the available garden space. But they thought the steps down the side looked like an afterthought. And with the pebbled surface will be difficult to walk up.
River Pebble is quite difficult to walk on.
It is.
And they've got it the whole way from the front to the back. I know I'm wearing boots, but they're very comfortable and they're not that high. But I think for such a long pathway, it would have been great to break up that River Pebble with some pavers for stability.
They're very clearly making a statement about this is the path you walk down to the front door, and then this is a separate private path. But yes, it is quite tricky, and it does look a little unfinished.
Yes. And I have to notice there's no paint on the fence at all.
No. These guys are working towards code of compliance, finishing the house, and the fences are suffering. So we've just got to decide whether we take off any marks for that.
Shelley said it was a nice street front snapshot of your style. Mark thought it was a refreshing approach to a small space that broke the mould of a typical suburban front yard.
It's a good opening statement, and I would get quite a sense of sort of warm fuzziness. I love tropical gardens.
So do I. And just the fact they've used a pop of yellow in there really sums up their happy style, so I'm happy to see that in there.
It is a stylish and a very happy invitation to a house.
Overall, the big stuff was done wonderfully, but it was let down by some minor touches.
The judges' comments seem mixed, I guess, mostly positive. Every week we're really happy with what we produce, but we never know what the others are going to come up with and how the judges are going to interpret it. So I think the judges themselves have their own taste, and yeah, we're happy with what we've done. So I guess that's the main thing.
The judges liked Marianne James's rocky garden and pops of colour. Have Quinn and Ben brought the wow factor? Quinn and Ben.
So here's the fence. We'll have like a quarter there, and then the other bit will be a bit in front, and then a gate in between. Cool.
That was the plan. Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
I kind of already knew it, but Ben is such a hard worker, and he just keeps going and going and going. He's just a really, really strong person.
10 weeks winless, Ben got superstitious.
Hey, my hands are itchy.
What does that mean?
It means I'm going to get some money.
Does it?
My old man used to say it quite a lot. So if you get itchy hands, it means that money's coming your way.
I want to get itchy hands.
It's either that or I just got a rash.
They weren't counting on it. Instead, they tightened up the purse strings.
Have you got yours on today?
Of course I have. It's on every day.
Who would have thought, eh? I'd be wearing a rope belt by the end of the vlog. Man, it's even got blood on it.
I don't know.
They had to scale back ambitions.
Maybe like that high-ish kind of thing. Straight away I see this twisted 3-column feature.
By choosing a mini feature to fill a giant gap.
The judges told us that they really want something in that feature window to look at. So we put this water feature in there. They're either going to like it or they can lump it.
So I just thought I'd start while it's not raining. Lately I've been using this really massive brush, and I dip it in and I scoop heaps onto it, and then I twist it like spaghetti, and then I slap it on.
Quinn's paintwork had everything. And everyone running for cover.
Hope you don't mind.
At least they weren't spraying cash around. They've made the most of what little they have left.
Oh, God!
Yeah, I'm really happy with the front yard. It's so nice. It's quite, the word is delightful. I just hope that when the judges walk in, they're just delighted. It's really sheltered and quiet. I think they're probably going to say that it is quite
quite simple, but they know we haven't got much cash and that we've done that all by ourselves.
That's a bit of an interesting entranceway. Sort of sneaking into a secret world, which is quite nice.
Their first impression was it was a surprisingly large lawn supported by a veggie garden that Kiwis will love.
Well, the first thing that strikes me is the happy little veggie garden.
I was about to say that.
So nice just to be able to come out and snap leaves off and toss a salad together.
I thoroughly agree. Good sized planter box. It's raised up to make it easy to weed and to gather your dinner.
They both thought the hit was the fact you left the lawn to be your main family-friendly feature.
This is the ultimate place for playing cricket and football with the kids. So
I'm really glad they didn't cover the grass up with something else, with pavers or something token, because it is a nice big strip that families are going to love.
The consistent dark brown timber matched the rest of the house, but the lawn did need a mowing strip to define the edge of the garden.
It doesn't seem like a big thing, but there's nothing worse and more dangerous than wood flying up on your legs, so just some boxing around that garden would have finished it nicely.
The layout was good, especially the way the large living room window framed the specimen tree. But Shelley thought most of the planting was too low and will not grow to break up the large expanse of fence.
My eye goes straight to this big blank fence.
But they did listen to us saying that picture window, it was completely crying out for a feature.
Yes.
I had a look just before we came out here, and that tree is right in the middle of that view. But I think the water feature competes with that. I mean, it's off-centre. I'm not sure what it's doing.
Sometimes when you need a great focal point outside, simple is best. I'm not a fan of the water feature. It makes the tree look a bit unbalanced, and if you're going to go for a feature like that, make it big and make it strong and make that the real focal point.
Yeah,
I think the size of it is a little bit gimmicky.
Yes. So it looks a bit token. It looks like it's just been bought and plonked in there, and it does look a little bit try-hard. I mean,
they got some of the big things right. I like the lawn, and the veggie garden is going to be a great plus.
Yeah, it has one of the most usable outdoor spaces, which I think will be a real selling point with potential customers.
Market-wise, it will appeal to families as it has a great lawn space with good afternoon sun. Pretty positive.
We felt like it was a simple space done quite well on the budget that we had.
Sounds like they understood what we were going for and kind of congratulated us on that.
Quinn and Ben impressed the judges with their veggie garden and big lawn, but they wanted a bigger water feature. Have Alex and Corbin sized it up right? Alex and Corbin.
It's going to be a fair bit of work. See how we go. It's a good barrow away.
Our early block pace setters were after some redemption.
We've been feeling a little bit down over the last couple of weeks of room reveal. We had the living and entrance where we completely failed, and then the backyard week we couldn't finish because we had no soil.
Corbin did everything in his power to ensure history didn't repeat.
We're really determined to go out with a bang and try and make this front yard a winning room.
But unfinished rooms inside
I know it's probably not going to happen now, but we really need to get these up to date, otherwise we're behind from day one, eh?
became a recurring nightmare.
And Corbin has sent me his list. This is for the electrician. He has a very long list. Oh my goodness, he's got a really long list.
Short of tradies, Corbin sent out an SOS.
So I got your text last night.
Yeah.
Looking for extra builders.
Yeah, well, I've called everyone I know and we can't get someone, so.
I'm not sure why we should be helping you to finish something that you should have finished yourself.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Down, but not out. The front yard was taking shape.
Well, that looks good.
While their other grand designs were starting to shine through. They've chosen to go lawnless, with chunky paving, a tropical planter box, and a continuation of their copper theme.
I just need to paint the fence.
A week ago, everybody was doubting us. Pete Wolfkamp was doubting us. Heck, I was doubting us. I hope they get welcomed. I feel like when you look up the path, you want to walk up it. So I hope not everyone on the street walks up it, but I hope the judges want to walk up it.
We've got this front entrance with beautiful planting, a straightforward path, and hopefully the judges are going to find the front yard immaculate this time.
Their first impressions were it had a strong architectural and design statement. They loved how you use long, clean lines and strong shapes to lead you on a journey from the front to the back.
The first thing I noticed, they've got this long, skinny passage, and I love the fact they've been a little bit playful and creative with the layout rather than a path that just goes straight up the side. They take you on a journey.
There's a good introduction to the house, to the palette that they use throughout and the sophistication. I love the use of the colours, the green and the red and the black, and just the clever linear spaces. This is just, you know, simple forms that lead you in.
Choice of materials was strong and consistent, very low maintenance with nothing to weed or mow. Perfect for your target market. Shelley loved the variety of plants. The layout was simple but effective, used height and scale well.
They've got a really big house. It's this huge, tall facade. So I think if they had have kept things completely flat and low to the ground, the scale would have been a problem.
Yeah.
So I like these big palms. They've got the Grizzlinia in here. They've stepped the garden boxes up, so you do get a nice sense of height. And I love the fact they've made a feature of all these bromeliads, because when they grow up, they're just such an elegant tropical plant. Very structural. They really match Alex and Corbin's style.
Misses were the fence could have done with another coat of paint, and the garage brick wall could have been considered more in the design process.
The last few times we've seen things not quite finished, so just the undercoat on the fence at the moment is not the best. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more planting around the corner here. And then I just would have liked to have seen something more done with that wall, because it seems to be a lost opportunity. Possibly some sort of planting or lighting shining up it.
They had those beautiful creepers strung up along the back wall.
That's what I was
and that would have
thinking
been beautiful as a focal point walking in from here.
Overall, it sends a clear invitation to the buyer that a distinctive and stylish home awaits beyond the front door.
It's very Alex and Corbin. It's very straightforward. That there's no hiding behind a gate. I think from the street, this will have quite an impact, and people will know the sort of house they're going to enter. So if you're design savvy, you're fashion forward, you're going to see this and go, I want to look at this house.
I want to buy it.
Yeah.
The judges thought it had just what was needed with nothing that wasn't.
Our comments were pretty positive. It's really important with entranceways to make sure that the path is straightforward and that people don't get confused about where a front door is.
Yeah, you know that from when you're a door-to-door salesman, eh? And you used to you'd go knocking on windows and stuff thinking, is this the door?
Yeah.
She used to sell Amway products on door-to-door.
I don't know what he's talking about.
All right, guys, for the last time, but no change as always. Score out of 10 from each judge, possible 20 for the perfect room. Let's do it.
I stand there thinking again, because someone got a 10.
I think, as usual, our chances of winning are probably quite low, but it would be wicked if just for once we could be judged on this space and how it fits the rest of our house.
We would love the win because we've just really worked our butts off on the outdoors.
If we won the $4,000 this week, it'll go towards tradie costs, I guess.
If we did win, it'd be awesome. I mean, to go out on a win on the last week would be really cool.
4 in a row.
Joe and Damo, it's a good start. You expecting a number that high?
No, yeah. I thought maybe there might be a few other higher ones, though.
Okay, well, you don't want that though, do you? But I look up here and I see Quinn and Ben on 7 in the game.
We're in the game.
Oh my God.
You've got a shot.
When our 7 went up, I thought, oh, that's a nice score from Mark. But then he gave Alex and Corbin a 7.5, so maybe he did think ours was all right.
Alex and Corbin just half the mark behind. You really want this one, don't you, Alex?
Oh, we just have so many bills to pay. It would be nice to finish with $4,000, yeah.
Yeah, it would be a nice way to finish.
I was hoping for more than the 7.5, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Mark wants from us anymore, but we're super happy with the yard, so I'm not too worried about that.
What's happened, Marie and James?
I don't know.
Don't know. Just gone off the boil of late, haven't you?
I don't know. I don't think they like what we're doing anymore. We like what we're doing and we think it goes well.
Yeah, Marie and James slipped down into 6 points, which is quite low. That's usually where we are.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who wins the final room, shall we?
I was close to that 7.5 for me. It always happens. How many times we've been ahead and we've come out last second, so.
I think it's going to be quite close, but I still don't think we're going to make it.
Ben and Quinn have got a 7, which is awesome. They're only 0.5 behind us, and it sounds like Mark really liked their garden.
So the winner of Front Yard Week, in fact, I should say winners, because for the first time we have a tie.
Oh.
Alex and Corbin, Joe and Damo.
Oh, goodness.
$4,000 each.
Wow. $4,000 each?
Wow.
Unfortunately, no, it's not $4,000 each. I'll give you $2,000 each.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
Congratulations.
Congrats, guys.
So I'll make sure I deposit $2,000 from KiwiBank into your KiwiBank bank accounts as soon as I possibly can. Well done, guys. Good result.
It's good to me.
So it's really nice to finish on a high, and we get to share it with Joe and Damo,
Yeah.
which in a way is kind of even cooler, because let's face it, they've been our strongest competitors right through.
It's really nice to go out on a win, be it a shared win, it's still a win, and it's $2,000 to help us get it as good as we can get before we head off.
Quinn and Ben, not too bad, 13.5, but unable to win a room reveal. Disappointing?
It's all good. We sort of expected. We didn't expect to win this one, but we're okay with that score.
I guess the thing to remember is that this competition isn't really about winning the room reveals, is it?
Nah, that's what happens on auction night.
Bingo.
As Mark said, it is all about the auction, and yeah, who knows who's going to win that. The houses are all so different, so it's just down to who wants to pay what for what house.
Marie and James, not a great result to end on at this stage, is it?
Yeah, not the best way to end, but that's okay. It's going to be hard to go back and tell our tradies that we came last in the last reveal. It would be a tough one for sure.
Well, guys, normally we'd go, woo, we're finished, but you haven't finished because you've now created the houses. You've now got to tart them up, present them, and sell them. Because next week is when the real judging occurs. It's when the buying public have their say. It's the most important night of your guys' lives. Get your houses ready for it. Get your minds ready for it. Good luck. Next week, the race to auction begins. Welcome to your final week on the Block NZ. As the teams scramble to complete their houses and vie for the order they'll square off on auction night.
It's all on us this week to get it finished.
By completing some of our toughest challenges.
Go! It is so cold out there.
Damo, go like this. He was screaming like a girl.
Impressing a very special guest. Go.
Listen here, Fu, I got a story about the block. It started out rough with Marie and her Crocs.
You come from Fielding. Fielding's the place. If you don't know my name, just remember the face.
We find out how much they really know about their neighbours.
When Alex first met Corbin, she thought, A, wow, he's really smart. B, wow, he's really a dick. Or C, wow, he's really losing his hair.
Before the houses go under the hammer, live.
Sold!
And the champions of the Block 2014 are crowned.